Thank you, Bobby. And thank you, and Kim and Mahade. It's great to see you all. I'll just say, it's a pleasure again. Opportunity. I think a great opportunity to be a part of this. Something different, something new and exciting, and an opportunity to be of service to uh, fellow artists as well as citizens of Baltimore. So I'm excited about the potential. So tell us, open with a little bit about yourself. Just take 2 minutes to, share a little bit about yourself so we'll know. I mean, I've seen you like one time, I think, on the National Black Unity newspaper, which is a good thing. We are brothers and sisters, as those that are a part of that. So so I'd say your family already, but we want to know a little bit more about you and your background a little bit. So just open with that, and I'll dig more, or if others want to dig more, and so go ahead.
All right. My name is Bobbi Rush. I'm from Baltimore originally. My parents are pastors, writers, designers, speakers. I've been singing since I was about 6 years old. I started writing at 15 due to the passing of my mother. That kind of opened me up to expressing a bit differently. Since then, I've just been writing and creating. I've been traveling a bit as a background artist and as a solo artist over these last maybe 24 years. I run a space called the Blueface Project, and it is just an umbrella for the work that I do, whether it's in person, digitally. I run a space called Mama's Bookshelf on Instagram. And it's just really a space where I dedicate writing and shed light on Black women writers, certain quotes from Black women, pieces that I enjoy or that are inspiring or that are filled with attitude that can inspire us and keep us going. I have a jewelry space titled Water is a Motherfucker, and we work with handmade clay pieces. I just began a segment titled AeroPress, so it'll also be a more photojournalism space for me. These things are very new. I've been taking some time to kind of rest so that I can start to create something different for myself. Right now, I also currently work at the Baltimore Museum of Art. I do security/customer service there. I think working with my father and my mom for so long, it has helped me deal and work with people since I was very young. I've experienced all types of folks. So it's really something that I enjoy. It's something that comes fairly easy to me. It's people speaking to me and sharing with me and vice versa. So that's who I feel I am, just a creator and a listener and a friend. That's who I am.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, sounds good. So you are familiar with the area up in Green Spring? I mean, Green Spring, Park Heights, between Green Spring and Park Heights area.
I'm fairly familiar. I used
Okay.
to stay on like Garrison and Cold Spring.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty close to Cold Spring. So okay. Garrison, Cold Spring, yeah, that's a few blocks. But yeah, just wanted to say, yeah, I grew up like Forest Park and Windsor Mill myself a little bit. Um, that's the farthest I got towards that area, Northwest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to Forest Park for high school. Um, I kind of wish I could go back and redo some of those moments because I took that school for granted, I think, because there was so many Black teachers and there was much to kind of soak up that at the time, I just didn't even understand how great that was. But
right.
yeah.
Yes. Okay, well, I'll come back and I'll let someone else ask a question. I have one or two more, but I'll let Kim on my day, introduce himself and, talk about the program as well or ask questions. Thank you.
Okay, well, Haki, go ahead.
Go ahead, Mama Day.
Okay. Hi, I'm Mama Ade, and I'm an artist as well. I'm an educator, and I'm nosy. So so first of all, I want to say you have a beautiful smile.
Thank
Absolutely
you.
beautiful smile. My first question, obviously, is your tats. I want to know all about them and why and what, and
All
I'm
right.
intrigued. Go ahead.
Which one should we start with? Which one?
Start with the eyes.
Okay, the eyes. This came from, there was a gentleman that I would see over like the course of maybe 5 years, and he would never remember me. But every time we spoke, he would pick up this kind of like a National Geographic book, and he would always turn to the page where the Wodaabe people were. And he would read about them. And I think the third time that happened, I was like, this man does not remember me, and I'm going to look these people up. And I really admired the scarification and the beautification marks, and reading more into them, people of the taboo and just how they kind of did things. I felt like very connected to them, and I wanted my own. So this is what it was dedicated to. I definitely took some time with it because it's on my face forever. But I also came into this apartment, and there was a huge spider web outside my window. And every night she would come back to that window, and she'd be gone in the morning. And then I started reading books that was talking about Anansi and how he was such a weaver and a storyteller. And I just kept taking it in. I'm like, this has to mean something. So I prayed about it. I waited. And this came to me maybe a month or so later. Went and got it. The numbers on my face, they represent, well, one is a life path. The rest of them are just numbers that feel good for me. They kind of stable me out, I find. My neck came from a dream that I was giving birth to, transformation and change. And immediately after, my life literally started kind of falling apart in a way that didn't make sense, but it worked for me. So all of my tattoos are for a reason.
Of course.
Either what I believe, what I feel, or what I'd like to attract. I feel that in order for me to really connect with what is for me, I should look like what I look like inside and wear it on me, because I want to be as true and noticeable as possible for, what's supposed to be mine.
Awesome. That is so awesome.
Thank you.
Tell me why you would like to be in this space.
I would like to be in this space. I think it would be a good opportunity. The first reason is I need to move.
Okay.
The second reason is I feel it's a good time for me to kind of step up in my purpose. It came at a very, very the right time. And so this is just something that I want to place myself in and see where I can go and who I can meet, who I can help, who can help me. And those are my two reasons only.
And you said your purpose. Can you talk more about that, what that purpose is?
Honestly, I don't know fully. things have really been changing for me lately.
Mm.
I feel like my purpose is around creating and writing and speaking
Mhm.
and people. I'm not sure, how exactly that looks,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
I'm keeping myself open to see how it goes.
Mhm. Mhm. One of the things that TAI pushes is the notion of using art to build community. How do you think you fit into that? And how do you use your art to build community?
Okay. How do I think I fit into that? One way I think I fit into that is I feel sometimes I help people think about things differently,
Mm.
in a way that is not so aggressive,
Mhm.
but more so, let me place this mirror in front of you and allow you to maybe see yourself. And we can talk about, what it is I see.
Mm.
That's really what my work in writing produces. A
Mhm.
lot of self-evaluation,
Mm.
a lot of question asking,
Mhm.
a lot of sharing,
Mhm.
because I find that even though we go through our different kinds of things, we're
Mhm.
always in the same boat going through some similar things. It just is fitted to who we are as people and how we respond and how we deal with certain things. But it's
Mm.
usually we're always going through the same things. So my work helps us see that
Mhm.
we're not as alone as we think, that there's
Mm.
somebody here to listen, there's somebody here for you to come and talk to. um, I like to think of myself as like the middle between yourself and that other thing that you might not see or feel just yet.
Mhm. Mhm. Tell me, and I don't want to dominate the conversation, people, um, but I'm nosy. And you can ask me any question you want to ask me as well.
Okay.
Feel free. Um, I have several questions. One, tell me about your mother, if you don't mind.
I
I know
don't mind.
that's personal. Okay.
Yeah. My mother is amazing. Her name
Mm.
is Bobette Virginia Ford. When she married my father, her last name became Stokes.
Mm.
She's from Lynchburg, Virginia.
Mm.
She's an artist. She's a writer.
Mm.
She was so sweet, but
Mm.
very assertive. Um,
Mm.
she was kind of the ground in my life, very strict.
Mm.
Um, she loved Jesus,
Mm.
but the way that she loved, it wasn't small-minded. It
Mm.
was universal. She held space for people and their differences
Mm.
because, her belief was just hers. It was sure
Mhm.
for her.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, she was my friend. Uh,
Mm.
she was a singer. She had the most beautiful voice
Mm.
ever for me. Um, I became her nurse very early on.
Mm.
I'm at about 6
Wow.
when she was diagnosed with kidney failure. Um, yeah, I took care of her. Whenever she needed me, I
Mhm.
was there. Sometimes she couldn't really walk for herself, so I would just do a lot of stuff for her.
Mm.
I think my mother, in dying, freed me very, very much.
Mm.
So it's sometimes I don't think her death was so sad when I think
Mhm.
about it right now. And then also how I think about death as I've grown is just, it's not necessarily that she's gone, because
Mhm.
I am my mother.
Mhm. Mhm.
She was a teacher. She was everything, honestly. She was amazing.
Oh, real quick.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see this. Can you see that? Can you see that at all?
I can kind of make it out, but I'm not sure what it is.
Hold on
exactly.
just a second. Hold on.
This woman right there is beautiful.
Can you see that now?
I can see that.
That's my mom.
Hey, Ma.
My mom. So I can relate.
Yeah. How old were you?
I was 20. I think I was 21.
Okay. Still young.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did you have people to help you put yourself back together moving forward? Or did you do that yourself?
I did it mostly myself, but when I say myself, I try to stay connected.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how they say, hold on to God's unchanging hand.
Yeah.
And so I'm never by myself, and I never lean on my own understanding, because that's how you take an L, as the kids say. So I'll be trying not to take an L. I try to, stay connected. And she's forever with me.
Yeah.
I always listen, and I hear her. I hear her fussing. I hear her, when I'm totally at crazy and I don't know what to do, I'll just relax, relate, release, and listen. And she'll say, well, all you got to do is da 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 da. And I was like, wow, why didn't I think of that? Wow. And I'm the oldest in my family line, my siblings. Do you have siblings?
I have a brother.
You have a brother. Are you close?
We are close. His name is Joshua. Yeah.
And what birth sign are you?
I'm a Scorpio.
Ooh. One of the passionate people.
Yes.
Awesome.
What's
Awesome.
your sign?
I'm a Virgo.
Okay. I've heard or felt that Virgo are very meticulous in their movements and their doings.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I want, and I'm nosy. I want to know stuff. I analyze is the code word for Virgos, is I analyze. And so, I love information. I love learning. I love to know things, and I teach my grandchildren that she who has the information has gold.
Yeah.
But anyway, what are you looking to accomplish for yourself? What are some of those goals?
I would really like to publish a book that, goes all over, really see myself traveling and speaking and just being with people. I want to be able to sustain off of the things that I create, travel, take care of myself, my family, and just be kind of, comfortable. I don't really want to do anything crazy more than I just want to do what I want to do and have what I need to do it and be there for who needs me.
And that's what Teaching Artists Institute is all about. We travel all over, and we deal with people around the world. Last year I went to Tanzania with Teaching Artists Institute. It was one of the most enlightening experiences. I mean, we went to uh, we just went everywhere. We went to the spice farm. Uh, we went up in the mountains, Mount Kilimanjaro. Um, it was cold as I don't know what. It was cold in Africa, but it was amazing. Met with the Maasai people. Um, it just was as an eye-opening experience. We tasted foods from all over the place. That we pulled up grass and we smelled it. It was lemongrass. Pulled bark from a tree and it was cinnamon, and just an amazing experience. And then I also went to South Africa with TAI Tours, and I sat in Nelson Mandela's house.
Wow.
How many people can say that? I was sitting all on his furniture. I wasn't supposed to be, but I was just taking pictures all on his furniture. We traveled to Robben Island, where he was held prisoner for all those years. And I sang to the ancestors outside of his prison cell.
Oh.
I didn't want to go in, but I stood outside and I sang to the ancestors.
What song did you?
Let's see. Which song did I sing? Aumba wauri, aumba wauri, awaosu, awaoma, lerioma, leyawo, bogbo egun kawi, bogbo, all egun ancestors, come, all ancestors come. We're looking for you. That's what the song is saying. We're calling you. We're looking for you. I'm getting emotional.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
So anyway,
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, and then we saw there was a cave there. There's one of the things that I remember is there was a cave because they were breaking rocks as one of the things that they did. And he wrote his book and stashed the pages amongst the rocks at Robben Island. Hold on just one second.
Okay.
His book.
Wow.
Mandela. Thick book. And he wrote this book in the prison and stashed the pages amongst the rocks. So one of the things was as they were breaking rocks, there was a cave that they were supposed to go into to have their lunch, bread and water or whatever it was. And what they realized is most of the prisoners were illiterate because of course, that's the way they want to keep you, is illiterate. But Nelson Mandela and a few others were very learned, were very well educated because he was a lawyer. And so they decided rather than to sit there and eat during this time, that each of them would take turns teaching and they would teach the other inmates. And that's where the term each one teach one came from. Okay. Isn't that something? Yeah. And so that stuck with me. That stuck with me. And the man who took us on the tour of the prison had been a prisoner himself. He had been, yes. And he had been sentenced to 14 years. And here he was now the one giving the tours. Wow. And I remember thanking him for his warrior spirit and praying peace for the rest of his life, for him, because that's what it takes for all of we to be here today is those warriors and that warrior spirit. So, those kinds of experiences, it's unimaginable. I've had experiences that I can't even, some things I can't even begin to translate to anyone, and that's, just in this past year working with TAI Tours, Just absolutely. And Kim Pool, I call her Kim Possible.
Yeah.
Kim Possible, because she is totally dynamic, awesome young lady. Have you have met her or have not?
We've spoken
Mhm.
this way, but not in person just yet.
You need to be in each other's energy,
Yeah.
because she is a whirlwind. She is.
Feel that.
Uh, so tell me more about you in a space. How do you interact with your space? Do you cleanse your space? Do you sage your space? Do you talk to your space? I go through my house and I talk to my house.
Yeah.
And I tell my house what I will and will not have in my house. I want peace in my house. I want love in my house. I want joy in my house. I want good music, good food, good friends, laughter in my house. You know, if you enter my house and you have a vibe of negativity about you, you can't stay in my house. You're
Yeah.
very uncomfortable in my house, you know. So tell me about you and your space.
All right. I do sing in my house and I do cleanse it. I love incense and candles.
Mm.
And I definitely talk to myself and the space out loud
Mm.
for thoughts, purposes, and also, if I'm the one with the bad attitude and I,
Mm.
correct myself on what we're just not going to do, what we kind of have to understand in this moment and, move on from.
Mhm.
I have found in this time that most of the spaces in my house, they tend to turn into altars,
Mhm.
whether it's just a bunch of flowers or
Mm.
bottles that I have flowers in or old
Mhm.
candle jars, but it's just so pretty, or
Mm.
little memorabilia that reminds me of what I liked when I was a child, or
Mm.
this house is very quiet. I lead kind of a quiet life because of how I think and how I need to write. Um,
Mhm.
I don't have anybody in my house, maybe my brother. Um,
Mhm.
that's really it. I had maybe some friends, but it will always be one at a time because of
Mm.
how I feel and hear people. It just can
Mhm.
be a lot when we're just that close like that sometimes.
Mm.
And then also I find that I have maybe outgrown some of the people that I was hanging with.
Mm.
So that's also why my house is filled with no one except myself and my people at this time.
Mhm.
Um, but I sing, I sing, I dance, I write,
Mm.
I will cry, I will sometimes just do nothing but be quiet,
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
that feels amazing. Just
Yes.
complete silence. It feels so good.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, that is how I treat my space.
Okay. Now, are you in a relationship at all?
I'm not.
You're not. Mhm.
No.
And why not? I'm nosy. Don't forget.
Um,
Anything I ask, feel free to say you being too nosy and you don't have to answer.
okay. Um, it's just not really my thing right now. I
Okay.
don't find myself to be a person who wants to be with someone.
Mhm.
Um, and it always turns into kind of like a tug of war thing with the other person because most people who may want to be with me, they want to like keep me.
Mm.
And I have to always remind them, I'm not here for you to tell me what to do or who to
Mm.
be or
Mhm.
how to think or what to say.
Mhm.
Um, and they don't really enjoy hearing that.
Mm.
And
Mm.
I'll just say, just be my friend if you can.
Mhm.
And just let me be to who I'm supposed to be listening to and be guided by. I find that it's much easier for me to just not be so close to people in that way right now.
Mhm. Okay. And um, Brother Haki.
Yes, I'll chime in. With
Okay.
a few questions. Thank you, Mama Day.
Thank you.
So, well, first, did you have a goal in mind in terms of how long you plan on staying, or you just wanted to feel the energy?
I kind of feel both. I'm not opposed to the 6 months or a year. And I'm
Okay.
also open to, feeling out the space.
Okay. All right. Cool. Cool. All right. In terms of some people smoke cigarettes and alcohol or various types of substances legal, and some that may not be classified as legal. Um, if you know what I'm saying. How do you feel in terms of being in an environment that is like um, free of these types of things?
I'm fine with that.
Okay. All right. Yes.
Real quick question.
And that's
Would shrooms be involved in that?
what is shrooms?
Shrooms is a psychedelic plant that you take.
Well, I mean, I don't know what that is. I mean, I mean, so uh, what for the sake of the program in terms of I mean, not that it's not necessary to answer for us to ask to get a particular answer from you in terms of what you do. What we suggest perhaps is just things shouldn't be done on the premises for the sake of the community, and the image that we're trying to project, just healthy, holistic. I mean, and that's subjective, of course. I don't I we just have to, I mean, because we desire to create a family friendly environment and community. And so, understanding that this is Park Heights, I mean, Park Heights, Green Spring, we want to, just set a good image, set an example for people, and, just, try to encourage people to be healthy and holistic. So
Okay.
that's all I'm, suggesting. I'm not, trying to police anyone's behavior or anything, but we just have to watch our image, watch what we say to people, watch, just being responsible adults, because, the young people in the area, they're looking, and we need to have, just good character. I mean, and of course the friends and peers, of course we have to, police that as well, just to make sure that we're setting a good example, that we're being good neighbors and good, conscious Black people, just set an example, because understanding most people in the area, they're looking at us and they're wondering what's going on, and we want to be like, we're here as an example for you. We want you all, this is revitalization of community. So we want to say, put down certain behaviors that's killing us as a people, if that makes sense. So
Totally fine with being
yeah,
100% sober. I do want to put that out there. I don't
yeah,
have to do drugs.
yes, yes, yeah, and that's cool. That's cool. Thank you. And
Cool.
uh, um, and what about animals? Like, you don't have no animals, do you? Dogs or cats?
Nope.
Okay. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Just ask that. Um. Okay. Well, I guess I know Kim may ask some other questions in terms of. I know you said you've been working at the BMA for how long? You been there?
I've been there about a month now.
Okay. Beautiful. And where did you work before that? Or
For myself, full
okay.
time.
Okay. All right. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Well, the BMA, that's a pretty established institution. I was just there about a month and a half ago at the Elijah Cummings exhibit. That was there for a week or two. And so it's a great, it's close to where you are actually. So I think tentatively it can be a great opportunity for you. So I'll talk to Kim and Mama Day. Kim, if Kim is still around, if she wants to chime in and ask any other questions.
Okay.
And you plan on continuing to work there, right? Over the next few.
I do.
I mean, that's good. That's good. Yeah. That's a solid place. You will meet, many positive people, successful, people in the space, and everybody, you'll meet the people that you need to meet there. And being in this program, you have tremendous bragging rights of international network to really expand your mind and both with your job and so we will always be encouraging and supportive. That's what I'll say.
Thank you.
So that's one thing, just keep you building and growing and going to another level. So you have talents and skills, and we desire to Teaching Artists Institute desire to teach artists how to be global citizens, global artisans, shall I say?
Yeah.
So.
You said something about your jewelry making business. Is it a business?
It is. I call it a project more than a business.
Okay.
Just the way that I run it is not, it's just sharing what I create.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not a housed building with jewelry and that.
It is not. No.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. I think I've exhausted all of my questions. I'll probably think of a million more once I get off the Zoom. But do you have any questions for me, for Brother Haki, for Kim?
Not at the moment. Probably after.
Right.
Yeah, that's just how it happens.
Okay. All right. I'm good. Thank you so much.
Thank you. For real. It was good talking to you both.
Same here.
Yes, and we hope that I'll definitely meet myself and Kim. Hopefully we can meet you in person one day soon.
Okay.
All right. Well, take good care.
All right. You do the same.
All right.
Good night.
All right.
All right. Good night. Good night.